Hey guys, welcome to this week's autograph haul via TTM or whatever I listed down below. Yeah, pretty good week overall. As you probably clicked on it, you probably saw the big headliner. But 20 returns this week. Anytime I get above 20, I feel that's a good volume week. But we got a couple pretty good names as well. I want to jump right into it, but first let's, if you could please like, subscribe, comment down below some of the ones you would like, you have liked in the video after you've seen it, and or ones that you're going to target, a guy that I haven't got or something. Hey, this guy signs, or there's a few people that have bounced ideas off each other in the comments section. That's pretty cool. And for one more thing before we get started, I mentioned earlier that I was out of my local card shop was kind of out of some old cards just because I've picked through them, all the guys that I was looking for. Well, there is a sports card shop that's even closer to me, which I did not know about. It's in Milford, Indiana. I don't know if you guys are in northern Indiana at all, but it's called Indiana Sports Card Guys. And I'd sit in there for 3 hours and pick through a bunch of 60s, 70s cards and just pick through a bunch of guys that I'm going to target. I don't like to spoil any of my feature returns, but I knocked a ton off of my to-do list, which amazing. Fair prices, treated me great. Has a place to place to sit there. So I just sat there 3 hours and just talked to him about cards and whatever. It was a good time. So if you're up there, or if you can even like him on Facebook. I don't know if they do a whole lot of online selling, but this is not a sponsored thing. He doesn't even know I have a YouTube channel at all. So, but yeah, if you're in northern Indiana or southern Michigan, Milford, Indiana is somewhat by Warsaw. It gives you an idea, south of South Bend. So, all right, let's get started. Just wanted to give them a shout out since they were, it blew my mind as far as what they had there. Knoxville, Tennessee, 2 of 1, 8 days. This one is Buddy Gilbert. He put in, I think it's a religious thing, maybe. Yeah, something, yeah. So, anyway, he signed the indexed card as well. It's a 1960 Topps. Mr. Gilbert is 89 years old. He spent 3 weeks in the majors in 1959. He spent 8 years in the minors before his debut. Kurt Flood mentioned him in his book because when he was in the minors in the deep Jim Crow South, he said, that white boy from Tennessee is the only guy who ever treated me like a human. And I guess he would help him out, get him food and that sort of thing. So I want to thank Mr. Gilbert for this return, and that's very nice for what he did back in the day, because I'm sure that probably wasn't a very positive thing in many eyes back in the day, but it was a human, and it was the good thing to do. So I appreciate Mr. Gilbert for being a good human. We got more Oklahoma, 3 of 3, 7 days. Okay, this is, put a little, oh, here we go. I didn't read this before for some reason. Thank you for the nice note. God bless me with the ability to play baseball at the major league level, and thank him for that. During the baseball game, there's nothing but uncertainties, hitting, pitching, errors, runs, defense, score, and outcome. But one thing is certain is that Jesus is the Son of God, and this is a religious letter here for him. You can pause it and read the rest here. I'll thank him for that. And his returns, he signed my 83 Topps, 81 Topps, and 78 Topps. Mr. Adams is 77 years old. Played from 75 to 82 for the Giants, Twins, and Blue Jays. He was in the 1968 MLB draft, the amateur draft. He was in the first round pick, number 4, which was a few picks after the number 1 pick that year was George Hendrick. He was a DH for most of his career. He had a great average. I think it was he averaged 283, I believe, but he didn't have much power, so that probably held him back. there we go. I want to thank Mr. Adams for that return. This is AZ Texas. You probably know this one. The TTM GOAT, 4 of 4, 24 days. It's Toby Hara. I didn't really mean to send to him again. It wasn't an accidental thing, but as you know, I'm working on my 87 Tops set. And as I already put the address and everything on it and the stamp, I realized that I already got his 87 signed. I didn't think I did at the time, but I was mistaken. So I've put a couple in. So 76 Tops, 81 Tops, 79, and this is 72. I believe that's his rookie. And Mr. Hara, 75 years old, played from 69 to 86 for the Senators, Rangers, Indians, and Yankees. He managed the Rangers for a short period of time in 1992 after Bobby Valentine was let go. He was a 4-time All-Star, and he was a Rangers Hall of Famer. Thank Mr. Hara. We got Beloit, Wisconsin. 2 of 2, 29 days. And if you have any questions about the addresses, go to sportscardforum.com and see if there's any care of or anything like that. There is one I know of that I will mention to you that there's a care of an address. So 2 of 2, 29 days. Jerry Kinney. This is a 73 and a 72. Mr. Kinney is 79 years old. Played from 67 to 73 for the Yankees and Indians. And from 69 to 71, he was a starter for most. He played like in between 130, 150 games. But as the Yankees got better, it was harder for him to keep in the lineup. So I think Mr. Kinney. All right, Scottsdale, Arizona. 1 of 1, 10 days. Johnny James is another 1960 card I got to sign this week. Mr. James is 91 years old, played from 58 to 61 for the Yankees and Angels, and he played in 66 games in his career. I was a little worried about sending to him. He hasn't had a return since June. I was hoping that he didn't fall ill or something, but he got back. So very happy to get this back. I want to thank Mr. James for that. Cape Canaveral, Florida. 2 of 2, 13 days. Bill Dillman. We got a 1970 and a 1969 Tops. Mr. Dillman is 79 years old, played from 67 to 70 for the Orioles and Expos. And I guess he never played for the Cardinals, even though he had a card here. He must have got traded mid-season, or before, in between the card was printed and before the season started. He only played in 50 games, and he had a career record of 7 and 12. He was a reliever. And I think they said he had 3 saves, and he finished 12 games. All right, so we got Sugar Grove, Illinois, 3 of 3, 61 days. This is I actually have a couple non-baseball returns this week. This is the first one here. This is Don Beebe, by the way. Got a religious devotional. I think he's got a book here. Yeah, you can buy it at donbeebe.com. And we got some cards here. We got a couple. This is 92 or 91 Pro Set. 91 Pro Set, 90 Fleer, and 90 Pro Set. This is such an iconic card. I think this might have been the beginning of that one play where he fell in the top of his head. That was in the start of Sports Illustrated commercials growing up. Mr. Beebe is 59 years old, played from 89 to 97 for the Bills, Panthers, and Packers. He won the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 31 with the Packers. He had 6 total Super Bowl appearances, 4 with the Bills, which, historically those are the 4 that they lost in a row, and then 1 other one at the Packers that they didn't win. And he currently trains athletes at House of Speed. This is actually where I sent it to, by the way, too. So there is a care of on that one as well. I want to thank Mr. Beebe for that. All right, Poway, California. It seems like every week we got at least one from Poway. 3 of 3, 19 days. This is Steve Traxel. This is I want to get this completed with Turk Wendell at some point. We have an Upper Deck and a minor league card. Mr. Traxel is 53 years old. He played from 93 to 08 for the Cubs, Devil Rays, Blue Jays, Mets, and Orioles. He was an All-Star in 96. He famously gave up Mark McGwire's record-breaking 62nd home run to break Roger Maris's home run record. And back and elbow issues ended his career. Towards the end, he was taking a forever to pitch in between pitching attempts. It was, I think he started the longest game ever, if I remember correctly, when he was with the Orioles and he faced someone at the Yankees that took their sweet time too. So I'm glad that's, the game's a little faster. I know the pitch clock is, some people like it, some people hate it, but I think it's overall positive to speed up the game a little bit. So Port Washington, 2 of 1, 8 days. John Demerit. He signed the index card as well. This is a 1961. Mr. Demerit, he is 88 years old. Played from 57 to 62 for the Milwaukee Braves and Mets. He won the World Series in 1952. He is what they call a bonus baby, which is somewhat of a derogatory term. Some people take it that way. It's because back in the late 50s, I believe even the early 60s, in order to outbid each other, all these teams, they would give these young players exorbitant amount of bonuses. But if it goes over a certain amount, that player has to at least play one season in the majors. So a lot of them are just sitting on the bench, making all kinds of money, or just being a pinch runner or whatever. So he signed a $100,000 bonus in 1957. So I don't even know what that would be today. Probably a couple million. But he didn't. It kind of stunts their growth as well. There's a lot of bonus babies that players that only played a very short period of time. You'll see another one, I believe, this week too. But he did get one hit off of Sandy Koufax, so he can hang his head high there. And I mean, he probably made more in that bonus than most all of his teammates back then in their entire career. So Maple City, Michigan, 1 of 1, 16 days. J. Hook. Mr. Hook is 87 years old. It's another 60 signed. Played from 57 to 64 for the Reds, Mets. He was another bonus baby. That's why he was on the Redlegs for one. I think he played in one game maybe or something. But his career record looks pretty rough, but I'll explain why. It's 29 and 62 with a 5.23 ERA. He was a member of the 62 Mets that went 40 and 120, and so that wrecked every chance he had to have a positive record. But he was one of the smarter players of his day. He actually got a master's in thermodynamics, and he was a professor at Northwestern. So very smart guy. All right, we got Sarasota, Florida. This is another one. This is the one I was speaking about earlier. That's got a care of Shaner's Pizza on this. 4 of 4, 27 days. This is Shane Raleigh. This is my second attempt to try to get him. I sent him back in April. I didn't get anything back. But then I saw him signing again. So I sent him and got it within a month. So 84 tops, 87 tops, 89 traded, and 85 tops. Mr. Raleigh is 69 years old, played from 78 to 89 for the Mariners, Yankees, Phillies, and Twins. He's a one-time All-Star as a 1986, and his career record is 111 and 118. So very happy to get that back. Another 87 for the set. This is an extremely rare return for me. Hockey. Out of Anaheim, California, 2 of 2, 172 days. This is one of my first batches I think I sent out. Pat Verbeek. Mr. Verbeek, this is from his Hartford Whaler days here. 92 Upper Deck. I believe this is 92 Pinnacle or 91. 92 Pinnacle, yeah. Mr. Verbeek is 60 years old, played from 82 to 2002 for the Devils, Devils, Whalers, Rangers, Stars, and Red Wings. He is only one of 98 players to ever have 1,000 total points. He is number 77 overall in total points in NHL history, and he is the current GM of the Anaheim Ducks. So very happy to get that back. They must have just been getting started, so he had some time on his hands and catching up on some mail. So Long Beach, California, 4 of 4, 24 days. John Curtis. We got a 74, 73, 81, and a 78 tops. Mr. Curtis, let me see my list here. He's 76 years old. Played from 70 to 84 for the Red Sox, Cardinals, Giants, Padres, and Angels. He was a gold medalist in the 1967 Pan American Games. He had a career record of 89 and 79, and he is a member of the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame in Long Island. I'll thank Mr. Curtis for that. And this one's probably the one that most people clicked on the video for. Carlsbad, California. 1 of 1, 13 days. This one I am shocked that I got back signed. Fred Lynn. I didn't even have him in my 87 tops breakdown because it's so rare to get anything back. I didn't want to give anyone hope because people send to him all the time with cards to get signed and they just get these blue index cards back. But I've always heard that if you write a good letter, his wife is the one that handles all of his mail. And if you write a good letter, she will give it to Fred to sign. It's super rare. I've only seen a few lately. My brother actually got some back too. He sent him 2, which is, I don't even know, he was ballsy to do that even. But if you write a heartfelt letter, tell him, don't lie or anything. I didn't say anything that was, overt or anything like that. I was just like, I remember you growing up, told him about just memories that I had. I had a Wilson little league glove with his name on it. One of those Wilson Fred Lynn gloves when I was little. Told him about that. And I didn't get the blue index card. I got, actually he signed it, which blows my mind. I was prepared just to get a blue index card, but I'm glad he signed this for me. So, Mr. Fred Lynn, 72 years old. He played from 74 to 90. Played for the Red Sox, Angels, Orioles, Tigers, and Padres. He's a 9-time All-Star, 1975 AL MVP, 1975 Rookie of the Year, 82 ALCS MVP, 4-time Gold Glove winner, Red Sox Hall of Famer, and he supports charities that take care of neglected children, and the Face Foundation, which takes care of neglected animals. So I want to thank Fred Lynn for this. I am blown away that I got this back. So if you want to try to get to, for him to sign your card, please do, just do it. Write a letter that you think that maybe, get his attention or whatever. So, yeah, I'm kind of speechless about it. I still am. It's been a week since I got, it's 5 days or so, but, New Iberia, Louisiana, 4 of 1, 21 days. Terry Fox, he actually signed every one of these index cards. He actually signed the letter I wrote him too, so that's pretty cool. This is a 62 tops. He's 89 years old. Played from 60 to 66. Milwaukee Braves, Tigers, and Phillies. He was 29 and 19, and with a 2.99 ERA. He was very, very good his first few years, and I think he had some arm issues that kind of tanked his ERA, because he had like a 1.1 something his rookie year. So I want to thank Mr. Fox for that. Sorry, I'm just still kind of floored with that Fred Lynn thing, because I wasn't, I don't know. I can't really explain why he signed it, but he did, and I'm thankful for that. So, Stanwood, Michigan, 1 of 1, 8 days. We got Jim Small. This is a 57 tops. Jim Small. I kind of shuffled my names around here. He's 87 years old, played from 55 to 58 for the Tigers and Kansas City A's. He was another one of those so-called bonus babies. His career, he only played in 108 games, and he had a total of 239 at-bats. So I want to thank Mr. Small for that. I have just a couple left here. Parker, Arizona. It's James Schellenbach. He actually wrote a new address here, which I'm very thankful for. I added it on Sports Card Forum. 3 of 3, 22 days. My brother actually gave me a card to add in here. It's 70. This is that minor league card that my brother wanted signed when he was the Orlando Rays coach. I think he was a pitching coach. And a 74. Mr. Schellenbach. He's 80 years old, played from 66 to 77 for the Pirates, Senators, and Rangers, and Twins. He was what they call a quad A player. Very good in the minors. When they would call him up in the pros, he would just not live up to some of the numbers he had in the minors, unfortunately. He was a longtime minor league coach, and he was the Elizabethtown pitching coach, which is a rookie level ball team, for 18 straight years. So he was dedicating his career or his life to helping pitchers that just started out. Okay, Grove, Oklahoma, 3 of 3, 11 days. I'm happy about this one too. Pat Dodson. He is kind of harder guy to get from the 87 set. It's 87 tops, 87 Donruss, and 88 score. Mr. Dodson is 64 years old. 86 to 88, all for the Red Sox. He was an International League MVP in the minors on the Pawtucket Red Sox, and he's a superintendent of the school district. That's where I sent it to. He's not one of the harder guys to get in 87 tops, but he is one of the harder guys that still sign to get. Let me say that. I think he's only had maybe a dozen successes here recently over the last few years. But maybe he's going to start signing more since he's the superintendent instead of the principal now. So I want to thank him for that. All right. Swickley, Pennsylvania. 3 of 3, 38 days. Shane Conlon. Another Bill. I'm not a Bills fan, by the way, but 90 tops, 91 pro line. Is that what it is? Yeah. And 88 tops. Is that? Yeah. I'm a Colts fan, but they used to be in the same division as the Bills, and the Bills used to whip them up. They used to just destroy them. See here. He played from 87 to 95. Mr. Conlon is 60 years old, played for the Bills and Rams. He was a 1987 Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time second-team All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler, Bills 50th Anniversary Team, College Football Hall of Fame, 2 national championships at Penn State, and he appeared in 3 of the Bills' Super Bowl appearances. So I want to thank Mr. Conlon. We got one more here. It's the last one of the week. Peoria, Arizona. 4 of 4, 17 days. We got Paul Moscow. We have 79 tops, 78, 81, and 81 Fleer. Mr. Moscow is 70 years old, played from 77 to 83 for the Reds, Pirates, and Cubs. He had a 32 and 27 record in his career. And that's it for the week. I will be back at some point this week. I'm gonna guess early in the week, but unless something comes up, I'll show you the set that I'm gonna be doing the set breakdown of. Oh, actually, okay, right here. Boom. 92 upper deck. That's what I'm doing. I try not to show my address on there. But yeah, I'll have that up sometime. I haven't started it yet. It's going to be a lot more difficult than the 87 tops because I've done the 87 Donruss already. So it's going to take me a little bit to do that. So expect it maybe midweek, I would guess. So I want to thank everyone for sticking around. Please like, subscribe, write down your favorite one in the comments below. And go to Milford Sports or Indiana Sports Card guys in Milford, Indiana, if you're in northern Indiana, because it's a great shop, especially for singles pre 1980. So I want to thank everyone for watching, and see you sometime this week and next Sunday.